takes it, but it's going to be a 2-1. So let's go ahead and hop into Yansu.
I think that's a very wise prediction, man. It's one of the wiser things.
Down in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, blue Terran player representing Startail. This is Hack. And up in the top right, Hack's opponent, the red Protoss from Team Liquid, it's Hero.
Now, the last time we saw Hack was actually not against Top, but he played one more series against Protoss after that, and I just went over it. Were the games against Arthur, and it was actually on Youngsu as well, and he proxied the barracks. Arthur was just like, well, now I'm just going to run across the map and go to your base. And I think back then I thought it was a very smart idea, and I still think it's a smart idea, but Hack was able to defend that, and after that just expand from it and win, which was pretty crazy. But knowing the fact that he did it again, Heroes also played that most likely studies his opponent at least a little bit, you know, if there are two VODs. And this is something that most Koreans do, by the way. If you guys wonder, like, how do they spend the day here behind the scenes, if they're not on camera, if they're not playing their matches, most of the time they stick together, but on game day they're definitely going over VODs. You just see them all day long, skipping through, whether it's a YouTube VOD or just, you know, anything on Twitch. They definitely do their research, and you can only imagine that Hero has seen those games against Arthur, so it's unlikely that Hack would have done it again.
Unless there's a Dodgers game on, Kev.
Yes, for some reason the Koreans are very, very big baseball fans, and especially the Dodgers. This really comes as a massive surprise to me, because, you know, if you would have told me 2 years ago, I didn't know what the Dodgers were until I came here. But the Koreans are very fanatic. I think it's mostly because of Hart, because Hart is the biggest fan, but it is quite something.
Dodgers, of course, playing right now in the National League Division Series. The NLCS Championship Series.
Earlier today, suddenly 7 Koreans started to cheer and clap, and I thought that someone got cheesed or something funny happened in StarCraft, and then I see them all sitting around the screen watching the Dodgers. Well, that's the last thing I expected, man.
Reaper opening for Hack. So we talked about this earlier already. Reaper's great on this map because there is so much space where they can hop up and down. They can go up around the ramp. There's also that little cliff that they can climb up.
I wonder if he's going to build a reactor right after this, and if he does, I wonder if Hero is going to run across the map. I feel that his Zealot might have been a little late. He scouts, he didn't see the reactor, but there is going to be a reactor. Now, this is a strong build, and it's relatively safe, don't get me wrong. It's also a very standard opening, but how often don't we see Protoss players just chrono boost out their first units and run across the map and straight up win the game with the Mothership Core, with a Stalker, and with a Zealot? And Top actually did exactly that against Hack. But we can see Hero doesn't want to know anything about it. He even cancelled his Zealot. He's like, there's no need for my Zealot, I'm just going to expand ASAP. And then with my Stalker I will be able to deal with your Reaper.
Reaper's going to pop in uncontested early on.
Why is Reaper expand the best build in the world, man?
Well, it's pretty good at scouting, Kev, and Hack's going to get a good look at Hero's base.
And he's almost guaranteed to deal some bonus damage.
Almost. He killed the scouting probe. We'll call that the bonus damage for today. Reaper was chased away by the Mothership Core, but not before it saw the early Nexus.
2 additional Rexes going down for Hack. Often you just see when they make a reactor that they only make 1 additional Rex and then just save up for the factory immediately. I kind of feel that he wants to do something. If he's going reactor and 2 more Rexes, then I feel that he might want to hit early on, maybe force out the early photon overcharge and then open up another window for himself. But since Hero is going to go 1 gate Robo, which is being scouted here by the Reaper. What a great scout, Ben.
Bonus damage.
More bonus damage. You were so ahead of the meta. Oh, he's going to sacrifice the Reaper now.
So 2 will the Reaper, though.
Wow, that was a painful death. Do you think he fell out of his suit into the snow?
He got some hang time, Kev.
You know, it's so cold when you fall in snow without gloves on.
Oh, it's the worst.
What do you know about that? You grew up where it's always sunny.
It snowed like once in my childhood. You think it's cold for you? How do you think it was for me? It was my only experience with the stuff.
Both players is going to macro up, but still, Ben. Hero's actually making on Immortal before an Observer, which you could say is safe, but in the same way it's also not that safe, because the Observer that he would normally make is going to be a little later.
Second Immortal. Hero's going to go for a bust.
I guess
it has to be what he's thinking, right?
But the Marine count is going to be pretty high, and Steam is quite early. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. This is something that I haven't seen from Hero in a long time. Probe is going to make his way across the map as well. He's missing the entire army though. He doesn't know anything. The Immortal's so exposed.
That's a bad fight.
Oh, I love this. from Hack. This is so smart. He's moving towards the Immortal as well, just standing on top of it, guarantees the kill, and picking up an Immortal in this phase of the game, that is so big.
These units going to make their way up into the natural. Almost certainly going to force that Photon overcharge. Oh, Sentry might end up going down.
Wow, Hero!
Immortal's going to fall as well. Oh no, Hero, this is terrible.
That was a big mistake, man. He's not casting the force field, losing that Sentry, losing the Immortal as well. This one Stalker is not going to have enough DPS either. It might even fall. Oh my god.
Probe's going to go down as well. Terrible result here for Hero, as Hack is going to do a ton of early damage. Kills a Stalker.
Not a Stalker. Wow, this is not Hero's micro how we normally see it. He will be able to save this one Stalker, at least for now, but he lost so much. We have 34 SCVs against 24 probes. This should be the other way around.
I think it's safe to say Hero's in a little bit of trouble now.
And any idea or any plan that he had with the Immortals that he made, which are such expensive units in this phase of the game, I mean, you can say goodbye to that. He's still marching across the map, but I think that's a very, very risky maneuver.
Yeah, he's going to cross the map with just a single Immortal and a
Stim
handful
is
of
out
gateway
as well.
units.
I mean, these 14 Marines can just unload from these bunkers right now, Stim forward, and kill these gateway units. They have so much more DPS. A little bit of a surprise here, Ben.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Hero's hoping to accomplish with this. Maybe he thinks he can recall out if it goes badly.
I think maybe he's hoping just to pick off a lot of SCVs with a couple of force fields, and then eventually still recall out. Mothership Core. Force field does go down, but there's still plenty of units on the low ground. The Immortal is going to fall as well. Wow.
Mothership Core also died, Kev. And oh, here comes those units out of the bunker. They're going to pop forward.
This is not Hero's game so far.
Do a little bit of damage, and Hero's just going to tap out. Good game.